How are we, lads? Righto. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast, episode number 11. I hope you guys are doing extremely well on this Wednesday night, currently 6:20 p.m. Starting the podcast a little bit early tonight because I have an announcement to make real quick. This will be the last episode of the podcast in this setup. I am moving house tomorrow. So this is the last time the podcast will be with this whole background. Next week when I want to do the podcast, it'll be very different to this. So we'll get into that. But welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast. Make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and just goddamn explode in the chat as well. It's much appreciated. What I want to do first, I want to give a big thank you to the special guest tonight for the show, Champa Videos, the West Tigers supporter himself, for coming on. Champa Videos, mate, how you going?
I'm doing all right, Nick. Thanks for having me on the show. And well, I'm keen for tonight's episode of the podcast, and I'm keen for tomorrow night for my Tigers to go up against the Knights. So yeah, let's have some fun tonight.
Mate, I really do appreciate you coming on here. You know, it's a privilege to have you on. Now, I know your subscribers on YouTube isn't big yet, but I'm telling you, I can see your channel going very, very popular very quickly. So keep up the good work. And also, as always, NRL Vid 090, mate. How are you tonight? I hope your connection's doing well. But, mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm going very well. I am going very well. I'd like to welcome Champa Videos to the podcast tonight as a special guest. And, look, I hope the connection works. It should either way.
Look, I think NRL Vid 090, your connection's about maybe a 5-second delay or something. So it isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess you could say. But, look, I hope you guys are all doing well in the chat. Yeah. Hello, everyone. You know what? Let me say hello to the chat while we're here. Before we get in to anything, we got always NRL Fanatics here. Hello, mate. Jack, how you going, mate? Yozar's here. Jason, Stephen, Kurt. How are you, fellas? Paddy G is in the house. Manly to win by probably 7 trillion plus, I think he's saying there. National Sports Loaded. How are you, mate? Yozar. Your new namers will be like, what the F? Yeah. Billy, everyone's here. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. We've got 14 people here at the moment. What we're going to do, as always, we're going to give you guys about 30 seconds to get in here, and then we're going to get into the podcast. So, guys, we will be back in about 30 seconds. Right, let's get into it. Before I do, though, if you did not see my round 10, let me get into the camera. If you did not see my round 10 NRL tips yesterday, this beautiful magic ball here, Rugby League magic ball, I am doing a giveaway. All you have to do to win this beautiful football is comment on my tipping video, your score prediction for the Roosters versus Cowboys game Saturday night up there at Suncorp Stadium for Magic Round. If you get the score right, this ball is yours. Look at it. It's magnificent. I bought it from Sports Power. A nice, $40 later. So if you want to win, you want to win this footy? You want to win it? Go comment the correct score for Saturday night. So I kick the ball over here at the moment. Look at that. I better kick than Ash Taylor ever did in his career. But let's get into the podcast. And then I've got you guys in stitches. But we'll straight into the podcast. We've got 5 topics to get through tonight. Topic number 5, the first one. Adam Reynolds apparently is going to go to the Brisbane Broncos. Now, we all know it's a rumor and it's looking more and more likely to happen. But we'll start with Champa videos, mate. What are your thoughts on this Adam Reynolds potentially going to the Broncos? Good buy, or do you think it's a terrible signing?
I honestly think it's a great buy, and it's a great direction for the Broncos to rebuild their side to the powerhouse it once was. I mean, Adam Reynolds, he knows what it takes to win premierships. He knows what it takes to get a side into the top four and even to win a premiership. So I really think that's the help. I think that's really the help that Brisbane needs. It needs someone to really lead the team across the field, and Adam Reynolds is certainly the choice. And this is the right direction from Brisbane. Great signing.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Willux NRL Vid 090. Mate, what are your thoughts on the signing? Do you like Adam Reynolds going to Brisbane, or do you think maybe he should have stayed, because we all know he's going to a club that hasn't been in the top four since 2018? I think it was the last time Brisbane were in the top four. So, mate, what are your thoughts on Adam Reynolds potentially, and there's probably about an 85% chance of it now happening, of him going to the Broncos? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's a good move. I think it's actually, no, it's better than a good move. It's a great move for Broncos because they need that marquee sort of player on the team. Because obviously now they haven't really had the leader for like a couple of years now. And I think Adam Reynolds is just that, that sort of player that Broncos have been lacking for a while. He will bring a lot of experience to the team, which Broncos don't really have. He will, bring a good kicking game, like, on last tackles and all that. And just the way they play, he'll be very good in that sort of area. And I think it's just a great signing overall. I think this is a good recruitment by Brisbane. I mean, I thought he was going to go to the Sharks, but either way, Broncos have got his signature, which I think is really good for them. And if it's Tyson Gamble, Adam Reynolds next year, or if it's like something like that next year, I think that's the good thing for Broncos. And with Adam Reynolds being there, the only way is up. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic signing by the club and Kevin Walters for arranging it to happen.
Yeah, look, I have to agree, but here's the thing, everyone talks about it being a huge signing, a high class quality signing. I agree, it's a great buy, but let's just say this: he's going from a top four premiership contender to a team that won the Wooden Spoon last year, and to a team that's probably going to finish between 14th and 12th this year on the Broncos. So he's not going to go up there and automatically make them a top 8, top 4 team. So it's going to take time, whether it be Katoni Staggs and Adam Reynolds, whether it be Tyson Gamble and Adam Reynolds, or Carmichael Hunt and Adam Reynolds. It remains to be seen. But, I agree with what you guys said. I think it's a step in the right direction. But there'll be a lot of pressure on Adam Reynolds. If he doesn't perform, he'll be copying it like Mr. Kyle Flanagan's copying it, which we'll get to very soon. But Adam Reynolds for the Broncos, I think it's a great signing, and it's going to be interesting to see how he handles the pressure by going from a top 4 side to a team that is trying to rebuild. So we'll see how that all goes, but I'm pretty sure we all agree that it is a good signing for the Brisbane Broncos. Now, topic number 4 we need to talk about. Now, this is something that has just exploded in the last, or I guess you could say since Sunday afternoon. Kyle Flanagan has been dropped by the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs head coach, Trent Barrett. Now, he was at the press conference yesterday and he's cracked up crying. It was a very, very emotional situation. Now, everyone's going to have probably a different opinion on this one, but we'll start with Champa videos. Mate, what are your thoughts on Kyle Flanagan being dropped? And also, what do you think about him crying at the press conference yesterday with the media? What are your thoughts on it all?
Well, in terms of him breaking down in front of the media, I guess he just couldn't hide the emotions. After being shown the door by the Roosters and now come to the Bulldogs and, being dropped for the next game, it would put a lot of frustration in him. And I guess he just let it all out in tears. So I do feel for him in a way, but I do think that this, him being dropped is probably a good choice by the Bulldogs. Hasn't been probably playing to expectations as Trent Barrett would have liked. His end sets, his fifth tackle options haven't also been the best as well. So I guess him being dropped will give him time to really just probably rebuild as a player, rebuild as a player, and maybe just find his form again. But breaking down in front of the media, I guess it is understandable. And well, that's just my thoughts. But honestly, I feel like the right direction was to have him dropped and sort of just probably reflect on his past games and really see what to change up in his style of play.
Yep, yep, very interesting. Yep, it's a very touchy subject. Some people will be on his side, some will be against him, some will be on the fence. Whether they like him or they don't like him. But NRL Vid 090, mate. What are your thoughts on Kyle Flanagan being dropped by the Bulldogs coach Trent Barrett?
Look, here's the thing. So I know that obviously he's been in poor form to start the year. Flanagan, he hasn't been doing the things that, like, I guess Barrett would expect him to do coming to this year. But, to be crying at the press conference is very unnecessary. I mean, I guess kind of the emotion of what's happened to him in a couple of months. But the thing is, like, he should know that this is a building year for the Bulldogs. It's not a year that they're going to be contending for the top 8 or anything like that. It's a year they're going to be building, a year that, they're supposed to kind of be a bit more of a tighter group and just, try their best. He shouldn't be getting that emotional because, like, he should know that the Bulldogs are in a building phase. Not going to be serious contenders in a while. I think it was unnecessary how he cried in the press conference. But yeah, anyway. But I think him being dropped for 1 week is a good option. But it shouldn't be dropped for more than 1 week. I think that he needs a rest. He needs a rest. It's like what the Raiders did with Josh Bali, and obviously how that happened. Like, he came against the Knights, despite them losing, he was the best players for Canberra. So I guess I think the Kyle Flanagan will benefit from this, being rest for 1 week, and I hope he just comes back to better player.
I have got some very strong opinions on this, and I'm telling you right now, if you are a Bulldogs fan and you're in the chat and you're a big Kyle Flanagan fan, you are not going to like what I have to say about this. Now, this is going to offend a lot of Bulldogs fans and a lot of Kyle Flanagan supporters, so I am not sorry for this because this is my personal opinion. Kyle Flanagan has been dropped because he's been playing shit. Now, here's the thing. When the Roosters got rid of him last year, it was because of his performances. We go back to the finals last year against Penrith. He ran for 0 run meters. The game against Canberra the next week, he ran for 13 run meters. So he played very shit in his first finals appearance, which is understandable. But coming into this year, he went from a club that's top 4 contenders to a club that's, let's face it, they've been shithouse ever since I lost Des Hasler. And now that the Bulldogs, they're struggling, they're going so bad. I think Kyle Flanagan needs to have a look at himself in the mirror and be like, do I even want to play footy? Because if you've been dropped, if you're a halfback and you've been dropped and you're going to go to a press conference and you're going to crack up crying and you can't handle it, the tough questions are going to come in. If you can't handle that, you should not be playing. These players are on really big money. They know their jobs. If they get dropped, they gotta accept it. So Kyle Flanagan crying at the press conference, please cry me a goddamn river. Get over yourself, mate. Go back to New South Wales Cup and pull your friggin' head in. His job at the start of the year when he went to the Bulldogs was to lead this team, be a game manager. Ever since he's gone there, he's gone backwards by about 5 steps. He has done absolutely nothing. I know he hasn't got much support there in the halves, Avarillo and Lockie Lewis and Brandon Wakeham. They're not the best 5'8" to be in the halves with. I understand that. But, the Bulldogs forward pack, they've been going hard. They've got some good, they've got a good platform there. Luke Thompson and Dylan Harper and Adam Elliott. They've got all of these strong players. But you know what? Kyle Flanagan crying at the press conference. What a complete crybaby. Get over yourself, young fella. Go back to New South Wales Cup and kill it for a week and then come back and then shut us all up after that. So Kyle Flanagan, he needs to really wake up and making everyone feel sorry for him going to the press conference. Are you kidding me? Did you see Paul Kent come out and have a go at the Bulldogs? I'm like, mate, you don't work at the Bulldogs. What would you know? He's been playing shit. Do these journalists even watch football, or do they just go in there and say, "Oh, you got beat 24 points to 6 tonight. You played really shit." What do you think about your performance? Honestly, this whole Kyle Flanagan situation, it could have been avoided. Trent Barrett could have said, "Kyle Flanagan, I don't want you to go to the press conference. You know, they're going to ask you tough questions." But come on, man. Seriously. Kyle Flanagan, he needs to really, really look at himself in the mirror and be like, can I handle the tough questions? Should I be playing rugby league? You know, big money. He needs to get over himself. I thought it was ridiculous. And, guys, am I too harsh on Kyle Flanagan? Or because I feel like he's been playing shit all year. I mean, he hasn't shown me anything.
Well, yeah, to be fair, he is an NRL player, and moments like this are going to hit him his whole career. So, you know, I guess in a way you could kind of feel bad, but in the same sense, he is an NRL player, and tough questions like this are going to be happening his entire career. So, him crying, you know, harden the fuck up. That's all I got to say.
Kyle Flanagan is a professional rugby league player crying at a press conference where you've been dropped. Just shows me that he is very weak. He can't handle the tough questions. You got to take it. You're getting paid big money. You're not doing other jobs. Your job is going to rugby league, for crying out loud. You got to accept criticism, for crying out loud. Criticism will make him a better player. What he is copying right now is criticism from people and stuff like that. It will be good for him in the long run. He's got to accept this crap. He has to accept it. Can you imagine how much criticism Nathan Cleary would have got in the finals when he first came in as a young kid? I gave it to him every goddamn year. I still give it to him to this day. I mean, he's got to accept it. I'm like, come on, it's rugby league. It's not ballet. I'm crying out loud. NRL Vid 090. Anything you want to comment on it?
Look, I mean, it's clear that he's not the only one that's playing bad in that team, but you know, he's got to. You know, he can't be that. He's got to be a bit stronger than that, honestly. Like that week from the presser, because you know it's unnecessary. Like like I was saying before, and look, just want to say good luck to him. That's all. Good luck to him in his rest or being dropped.
Exactly. I'm not going to stand here and say that Kyle Flanagan is a terrible player. What I want to see from Kyle Flanagan is improvement. I want him to come out next time he comes back and plays with the Bulldogs. I want him to come out and absolutely have the game of his life. You know, I want him to come out, kick 2 40-20s, have 3 or 4 try assists, make 25 tackles. I want him to do well. So, you know, anyone who's out there who's going to say, oh, you're so critical of Kyle Flanagan. Yes, because he's been playing shit. I want him to do well. So, Kyle Flanagan, please step up and do a better job, mate.
If he does come out and have the game of his career, I guarantee you, he probably won't even remember that moment ever again. But if he comes out after his break and just plays even worse than what he does before, he's going to be crying until bloody the grand final.
If Kyle
Flanagan just going to keep hitting him.
Look, next time Kyle Flanagan, when he comes out and has a big game, because I know he will, because he's a good player, he will have a big game. I will personally come on here and I will praise him. I will clap. I will bow down on my knees and say, Kyle Flanagan, you freak. That's sad. But, you know, I want him to do well. But, you know, some people say that Trent Robinson ruined his career. I call it bull crap. When you go from one club to another, your style normally changes and you get a bit of, you know, it's all different. But
it's a different
let's move on to topic number 3 now. This is something that's going to get everyone fired up, I reckon. Trent Robinson, the coach of the Sydney Roosters, a.k.a. Eastern Suburbs, whatever you want to call them. Oh, man, I'm going to try and hold my breath for this one because I'm probably going to swear a lot in this part. So if you're under the age of 12, do not watch because I'm
fired up too, Nick. I'm fired up too.
I may explode on this one. Trent Robinson, he got fined $10,000 for calling the bunker what do you call it? Incompetent. What do you call it?
Incompetent, and I'm pretty sure ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Champa, mate, what are your thoughts on it? I'm literally about to explode on this. The floor's yours.
For the NRL to fine Trent Robinson $10,000 for just calling the bunker ridiculous and incompetent, whoever gave him that fine, are you out of your fucking minds? The bunker has been very inconsistent and ridiculous, not just in this game, but probably ever since it came out, with terrible calls, disallowing tries that should have been tries, and Trent Robinson just couldn't take it anymore. His player had a broken rib and a punctured lung. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened to him. Drew Hutchison, I'm pretty sure it was. And for the bunker
Hutchison,
and from what I know, the bunker ruled the play on report after halftime, probably 20 minutes after the incident happened. I could be wrong on that, but to look back at that and to call it and to put it on report after 20 minutes, he got sent to the freaking hospital. And oh my God, Trent Robinson, I praise him for saying that, because that's what him and probably 1,000 other coaches have been thinking, but just haven't had the guts to say it, because obviously the consequences that come with criticizing the bunker. But I don't blame Trent Robinson, and I feel like him being fined $10,000 is absolutely ridiculous. NRL, wake up to yourself.
Could not agree more. Before I give my opinion, we have to really, this is pretty important. We have just received a super chat from Yoza. He has donated $20 to the channel. Now, let me just get this up on the screen. This is absolutely outstanding. Here it is, right here on the screen, as you guys can probably see right there. Yoza, what a great man he is. He's been very loyal to the channel for quite some time. Shout out to Yoza. He says, good luck with moving house, mate. Enjoy the Magic Round weekend. Yoza, thank you, mate. I really do appreciate that $20. I really do appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much for your loyal support. Now, let me get into this whole Trent Robinson situation before I absolutely flip it. Right. Okay. Gee, I don't even know where to start with this one. Trent Robinson, right? He got fined $10,000 for telling the truth on how shit the bunker is. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I know the rules these days, if you go to the press conference, you say one bad thing about the referees, or you question one thing about the NRL, they will slap you with a fine faster than I would kick a field goal from 20 meters out. They do all that quick. Seriously, is that ridiculous? Now, he got fined $10,000 for it. And let me just say something here. You're gonna fine someone $10,000 for fucking what? For telling the truth on how shit the bunker is? The NRL bunker is the most corrupt thing in rugby league history, in my honest opinion. You have inconsistent calls all weekend. Let me try and put one together. So the one on the weekend, the Paul Vaughan try in the Dragons versus Bulldogs game, that was a blatant obstruction right there. There and there.
Obstruction.
Paul Vaughan obstruction. No doubt about it. I can't believe they gave it a try. But then last week between Canberra and South Sydney, Jack Whiting gets denied because Benji Marshall says he was obstructed by one of the Canberra players. What is the difference between the Jack Whiting one in the Canberra Souths game and the Paul Vaughan one against Canterbury on Sunday? That was ridiculous. So the NRL bunker, it needs to be blown up. Someone should go down to Sydney and just throw some exploding fireworks off fucking eBay and throw it at the bunker. Here, catch this, you fucking idiot. Blow it up. The bunker is cooked. Now, they've got 1,000 cameras, 1,000 monitors. The TVs are that bright. It's like, you go to the cinema and you're in the fucking second row. And it's that bright, you can't even watch the television. Seriously, what is going on? Trent Robinson getting a $10,000 fine for what? For telling the truth. So, honestly, Graham Mannersley, you still go apply for the age pension, you fucking idiot. And the guys that are in charge of the NRL, I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're a bunch of backwards cunts. But you know, let's ask NRL Vid 090 what his thoughts are on this. Mate, what do you reckon about it? Robinson getting the fine for telling the truth.
You know, the thing is, like you know, and you can't possibly, you know, get yourself into trouble for telling the truth. Like he's honestly telling the truth about the whole bunker system and that, because you know, it's ridiculous how Friday night went with Roosters and Trent Robinson. I mean, you know, I think Trent Robinson has every right to be angry. Like, you know, it's ridiculous how it all worked out on Friday, you know. And for him to like go bunker, I don't blame him. I'd probably applaud him, you know, because he's saying the truth. No other real coach would probably say that, apart from Sticky and Craig Bellamy, probably. But the thing is, you know, it's just ridiculous. The whole bunker system's corrupt, and you know, there's no need for it in the game. Like, you know, half the time they keep making mistakes anyway. So it's a big waste of money, and it's just the whole system needs a big overhaul, and it's not worth having the bunker. So yeah, but look, all I want to say is that Friday night was just ridiculous with the whole thing. I honestly think it was terrible how it all went.
Yeah, look, here's the thing with the bunker. Look, obviously, that they need to keep the technology because, you know, every sport has technology and there's always going to be stuff ups and shit. But you got to get the right people in there. You got to get the right people in charge of the bunker, because at the moment, I'm just waiting for someone to blow it up. You know, someone go on eBay.com, type in throwing grenades, and they'll go, whack, here, have this. Bang. The bunker's blown up. That's all I need to do. But look, that brings me to my next point. Trent Robinson got fined $10,000, but Ricky Stewart, he got fined for nothing, and he actually swore in the press conference. He said the word fuck, and he got no fine. But Trent Robinson doesn't say one swear word, but he gets a $10,000 fine. Ricky Stewart goes in the press conference and he says fuck, and he doesn't even get a fine for it. Where's the consistency? Where is the consistency? I mean, Ricky Stewart, we all know he's been giving it to the bunker and the technology, the referees for fucking years. And he goes in there, he says the word fuck, and he doesn't even get a fine? What? Are you fucking kidding me? What's next? I mean, I'm sure the NRL went to Ricky Stewart and were like, okay, Ricky Stewart, we'll give you a $10,000 fine, or you can drink 6-year-old milk. Which one is it, Ricky? And he probably took the milk, and he probably had fucking food poisoning from milk. I don't know, but seriously, the inconsistency with this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, what? Ricky Stewart goes, Trent Robinson goes in the press conference and he says, "Oh, you know, the bunker did this. You know, they should have gave us a free interchange. They told us 10 minutes after it happened." And then Ricky Stewart goes in there and says, "Oh, fuck." And then, "Oh, no, I'm all good. No fine for you, Ricky. We'll give you the night off. We'll give you a free Uber back to the Canberra pub, mate." Honestly, drink your sorrows away to losing another game. But come on, man. Champa videos, what are your thoughts on Ricky Stewart not even getting a fine?
I feel like something like that. As well, he said fuck on a press conference. Now that's footage is accessible to anyone at any age, and kids could be watching that. And obviously, some parents don't want their kids viewing that sort of content. So it's obvious that fines will be given to people who criticize the bunker. If obviously. It's really hard to really understand what the NRL was doing here, because the Trent Robinson said the truth, as the bunker being very inconsistent, and he let out a lot of emotions, and he kept it very professional, um, very professional. Didn't break down in any emotions, didn't swear, and he gets slapped with a $10,000 fine. As for Ricky Stewart, who is very known for unprofessionalism towards media and press conference, says the F word during the press conference and is given no sort of punishment, not even just a warning, just let off free. Like, all right, pretend that never happened. It's very inconsistent from the NRL, and I feel like there should be some sort of some sort of change to the rule where you can criticize the bunker, because it's really, as seen with Trent Robinson, it's really getting to coaches, and I feel like I do feel like Ricky Stewart should have been punished in any sort of way.
Mate, if I was a coach, which I do want to be a coach one day, it'd be very hard not to contain yourself in those situations. So, seriously, especially when you lose your 5'8", you lose a play to a concussion. Tedesco gets shoulder charged in the head. There's no fucking sin bin. There's no penalty. Dylan Brown knees Hutchison in the ribs, breaks his fucking ribs, punctured his lung. It's ridiculous, mate. But NRL Vid 090, what are your thoughts on Ricky Stewart not getting a fine?
Again, it's just one of those things where you can't control your emotions and that sort of thing. I mean, if I was in his position, I'd be the same. I'd be, try not to swear, but it'd be hard to kind of, hold it in. But yeah, look, I don't know. It's just the fine kind of stupid. I think I don't know. It's not good for younger viewers, of course, but it's look. Not everyone can help. Not everyone handling their emotions, and it's just I think the fine. Look, it's 50-50 for mine, but I don't think he should have been fined. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, look, fair enough. But let me just say this: Trent Robinson fined $10,000 for saying the bunker basically sucks, and Ricky Stewart says the word "fuck" but he doesn't get a fine. Doesn't make any sense. The consistency obviously isn't there with the obstruction rule, with the press conferences. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And the NRL need to pull their fucking head in about that one. But let's move on to topic number 2. Now, this is a very interesting situation. Everyone's gonna flip out about this one. Some will, but topic number 2. David Fifita from the Gold Coast Titans got a 2-week suspension for a careless high tackle. Now, everyone is comparing it to the Victor Radley one, and he got nothing. Honestly, I have an opinion about this one, but I'm just going to ask Champa Videos, mate. Do you think David Fifita should have got suspended for 2 weeks, or do you think maybe he should have got off? What are your thoughts on that situation?
Well, it was a high tackle. Yes, probably a high tackle is deserved of it being called on report. However, I don't see it as a suspension. It obviously wasn't intentional. He probably tried to reach and make the tackle, and it did end up getting his opponent over the head. But honestly, I feel like not only just one match, but a 2-match suspension is probably not the right call. I would have let him off. It obviously wasn't intentional, and I feel like suspension should be only given to tackles which are intentionally high or very careless. And I feel like David Fifita, it wasn't very careless. He was just trying to make the tackle, and it unfortunately got his opponent around the head. But honestly, I think a 2-match ban isn't the right call.
Yep. NRL Vid 090, mate. What are your thoughts on David Fifita getting a 2-week suspension, mate? What are your thoughts on it?
I reckon it's fair. I reckon it's definitely fair because went for the high shot. It was a dog move. And I don't know why he even bothered challenging the ban, because it was bad enough, and he knew it was bad. Everyone else thought it was bad. Don't know why he challenged it at the judiciary. I mean, it was just, I don't think it was a point of even doing it, because he was going to get banned either way. I don't see him getting off from that charge. A bit there from Fifita, but it's not good, is it? Because it was, when you look at it a couple more times, you can see it's really bad, because he went right around the chin neck area, and Adam Dooley got flung to the ground, and it didn't look good when he got up again. But yeah, look, it's not good. The suspension is definitely fair, and look, Fifita just has to cop it, and yeah, that's where he should probably go from there. Just tap the ban and don't do it again, or try not to at least.
I'll give you my opinion on it. David Fifita, 2 week suspension. Well, sucked in. That's what happens. You can't be fucking, I understand, these tackles where you're going for, you're trying to get him on the shoulder, maybe try and, put him down. But, he connected the head. He's fucking coding him. And he's got to accept the consequences. Now, the reason why he challenged it is because Magic Round's this weekend and he wanted to play a Magic Round. That's why he challenged it. But everyone out there who's going on about Fifita, he shouldn't have got off. It should have been all clear. Comparing it to David Fifita, I mean not David Fifita, comparing it to Victor Radley, cry me a fucking river. Every tackle, every coat hanger is different. David Fifita, he got it wrong. Now, I'm a fan of David Fifita. I met him at the start of the year in Lismore for the Titans Warriors trial game. I met him at my local Woolworths, and he's a very nice bloke. But I believe he made a mistake on this one. He got him high, and now he's got to cop the suspension. But anyone out there who wants to try and compare it to the Victor Radley one, honestly, you can't compare them. Each situation is different. Honestly, get the fuck over it. All the Titans fans going off ahead about it. Calm down. Even if you had Fifita, you still wouldn't be winning on Sunday night anyway. So, fucking jeez. Fifita, Radley, compare it to that. Come on, man. Cry me a fucking river. Titans, fuck's sake. What a fucking sook. What a bunch of sooks. Oh, we got suspended. He code-named him. But Victor Radley's all clear. Cry me a fucking river. Oh, Roosters are so protected. Oh, yeah, they're so protected, all right. Yeah, Trent Robinson got a $10,000 fine. Oh, yeah, so protected. Protected my ass. Every club's fucking... Every club except Melbourne gets away with murder. I'm just putting it out there. 15 clubs can get in trouble. Melbourne Storm, they can get away with fucking stabbing in the leg on the field. Just saying. It's facts. Nelson Solomon could go out there with a stud in his boot, maybe a short knife, fucking bang in the leg. All good. No suspension, no penalty. Play on, sir. That's the Melbourne Storm. But that's for another time. Now, topic number one. Let's move on to this. This is something that I did last week with the New South Wales team. What is our Queensland State of Origin team for Game 1? Now, last week on the podcast, we did the New South Wales State of Origin Game 1 prediction, I guess, for the 1 through to 17. But this week, we're going to be doing the Queensland State of Origin teams. We've gone through the team, some of the predictions, and so we're going to get into it now. So we'll start with Champa videos. Mate, what is your current Queensland State of Origin team 1 through to 17, mate?
Well, my Queensland side is looking like this. At fullback, I have Kalen Ponga. My wingers are AJ Brimson and Xavier Coates. My centres are Dan Gagai and Valentine Holmes. My 5'8" is Cameron Munster. My halfback and captain is Daly Cherry Evans. The front row is Josh Papali and Christian Welch. My hooker is Reed Marnie. My second rowers are Felice Kafusi, David Fifita. My lock is Tina Fasua Malawi. And on the bench is Harry Grant, Jai Arrow, Kurt Capewell, and Maweka Fodaweka. Pretty sure I said that right.
Very, very good team. I like it. Mine's a little bit different to that, but I really do like the team. It's strong and definitely will be very hard to beat in the Origin this year. NRL Vid 090, mate. What is your Queensland State of Origin team for Game 1, mate?
All right, so my fullback is Kalen Ponga. My wingers are Xavier Coates and Valentine Holmes. My centers are Kurt Capewell and Dane Gagai. My halves are Cameron Munster and the halfback and captain Daly Cherry Evans. Props are Papale and Christian Welch. The hook is Harry Grant. The back rows are Jaden Sewer and David Fifita. And lock is Tino for Asua Malawi. And off the bench, it's Reed Marnie, Jai Arrow, Francis Molo, and Mike Fodaweka. And my reserves are AJ Brimson, Cole Felt, Sam Walker, and Josh Maguire.
Very, very good team. Very nice. I like it, bro. Definitely a very strong team. And I'll tell you right now, they will definitely push New South Wales once again this year. But we'll get into my Queensland State of Origin team for game one or whatever. We'll see how they go. But this is my team. Fullback, Kalen Ponga. On the wings, Xavier Coates and Kyle Feldt. In the centres, Dane Gagai and Valentine Holmes. In the halves, 5'8", Cameron Munster. Halfback and captain, Daly Cherry Evans. The front row of Christian Welsh and Josh Papali'i, or Papali, however you want to put it. The hooker is Reid Marnie. The second row of David Fifita and Kurt Capewell. The lock is Tino Fusul-Malawi. And on the bench, Harry Grant, Jai Arrow, Josh Maguire, and Felice Kafusi. Now, my 4 reserve players are Ben Hunt, Francis Mollo, Joe Offering-Gowie, and AJ Brimson. That is my Queensland Maroons team. Now, let me start by saying, Champa, you had Valentine Holmes in the centres. I do as well. What is your reasoning behind Val Holmes in the centres?
Well, the reason I had Val Holmes in the centres is because I wanted AJ Brimson in the starting side as well. I feel like he's very good at attacking. In fullback, obviously, I feel like Kalen Ponga is the right decision. So I pushed AJ Brimson into the wing, and I feel like, well, Val Holmes in the centres, I feel like it could be quite similar to him playing as fullback. He'll be attacking the outside edge. And he's very damaging when he has the ball. Great step of him, great speed. I was really hoping I could find a way to put Valentine Holmes in the wing, but I feel like I feel like with AJ Brimson in the wing, Valentine Holmes will do very great at centre.
Yeah, look, I like it. The reason why I chose Val in the centres is because, one, if Michael Morgan and Moses Mbye could play centre for Queensland, there's no reason why Val Holmes can't do the job either. And to be fair, New South Wales are probably going to have fullbacks playing centre as well, so there's no reason why Queensland won't do the same thing, put a fullback in the centres. There's no reason why they won't do that. And I guess the other reason as well, he's a try scorer. He can score tries. If you put him with Kyle Feldt, I feel like Kyle Feldt deserves a State of Origin debut. He's been very underrated for so many years, and I think he deserves an opportunity on the wing. So you put them together, I think things could work well. And I guess the other one I have a bit controversial is Felice Kafusi moved from the back row to the bench. Now, I said at the start of the year that Felice Kafusi is going to win the Backwards Player of the Year award. He hasn't shown me much this year, in my opinion. It's been fine, but I feel like you put Fifita out there on an edge, and Kurt Capewell, he has been magnificent for the Penrith Panthers this year. So I feel like you put him in the back row, and Felice Kafusi on the bench. I feel like maybe it'd be better for impact or something. But I think Kurt Capewell deserves to be in the starting team somewhere, and I think centre might be a little bit out there. So I'm going with Capewell in the back row and Holmes in the centres. But NRL Vid 090, I noticed you put Jaden Sewer in your second row. I'm interested to know what's your reasoning behind that.
So the reason why I did that was because I thought, it's a toss-up between Kafusi and Jaden Stewart for that back row spot. I mean, clearly Dave Fifita will get his spot in the team, but I think Stewart he's had a bad opinion so far than Felice Kafusi. I think Stewart's got more power, he's got more, a bit more speed. Kafusi is he's solid, but like hasn't got the fin, hasn't strength or speed. He's just a solid player, does it every week. And I think Stewart's had a good year so far, so I think it's hard to give him out of the team. And him and Fifita is a good back row combination, I reckon. So I reckon that's the best way for Queensland to have those two.
Yep, I agree. Champa Videos, NRL Vid 090, you've named a very, very strong team. Look, Felice Kafusi, nothing but a scumbag fuck face. I can't stand him. He's a complete grub. If I was playing, I just want to take my footy boots off and just shove it into his fucking nose and just rub it around on the ground with some dirt. I can't stand him. I hate his guts. But let's move on to round 10 of the NRL. We all know every single game is at Magic Round, is at Suncorp Stadium. I'm going to be at every single game. I am very, very pumped up. I'm leaving Friday morning. Cannot wait. It's going to be a magnificent time. But let's get into our round 10 tips now. I'm going to ask you guys, when I do the tips, I'm going to say pick your team prediction and pick a anytime try scorer. So let's go through it. The first game for Magic Round is Friday night, 6 o'clock. It is the West Tigers up against the Newcastle Knights. Newcastle are $1.50. The West Tigers at $2.60. Champa videos, mate. What's your prediction for this one?
Honestly, I'm not gonna be biased here. Tigers have been shown nothing as of late, so I am going the Knights here. And for any time try scorer, I'm gonna go Adam Dewey.
Adam Dewey. Do you think it'd be 1 to 12 or 13 plus?
To be quite honest, with the move with Moses Mambai into the 5A, I do feel like it's going to be 13 plus for the Knights. I feel like that was a terrible decision made by the West Tigers.
Yeah, all right. Too easy, mate. NRL bid 090, Knights or Tigers, and what try score do you like?
So I've got Knights to win in a high-scoring game, 36-22 over the Tigers. My first try scorer, I went with Braden Best, and my man of the match, I will go with Kalen Ponga to have a big game.
I like it. Very good prediction. I can't argue with that. Look, I'm also going to go the Newcastle Knights, but 1 to 12. I think it'll be a closer game than what people actually expect. So I'll go Newcastle 1 to 12, and I'll chuck Mitchell Barnett for an anytime try score. He's been pretty good this year, Mitchell Barnett. The next game on Friday night is at 8 o'clock up at, obviously, at Suncorp Stadium. It is the Manly Warringah Seagulls up against the Brisbane Broncos. Manly are $1.35 favourites. Brisbane at $3.10. Not a bad price for the Broncos there if you like them. Chamber videos, mate. What do you reckon in this one? Manly Bronx.
Manly's flying high at the moment, so I can't ignore Manly. I'm going to go Manly to beat the Broncos. I'll probably say a 13 plus win. And for any time try scorer, I'm going to go Josh Schuster.
I like it. Sounds good. We'll go to the Manly fan himself. NRL vid 090. Mate, Manly Broncos, and what try score do you like in this one?
Look, I'm going back to the boys. I think Manly going to be a little bit too good for Broncos and Magic Round. So I've got Manly to win 32 points to 16. My first try scorer will be Tom Trbojevic. And my man of the match, I'm going to go with Josh Schuster to be man of the match, actually.
I like it. Sounds good, bro. I'm going to go Manly 1 to 12, though. I feel like Brisbane, their forward pack will be on, and I think Brisbane's forward pack has been doing actually a pretty good job. So I'm going to go Manly 1 to 12, and anytime try scorer, I'm going to back Jason Saab to score 3 tries. A Saab hat-trick on Friday night, Manly 1 to 12. Now, let's move on to Super Saturday. We have the shittest game of the round. It is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs up against the Canberra Raiders. Look, I want to be positive for this game, but honestly, I'd rather be at the pub for this game. This game is going to suck. Canberra are $1.15. Canterbury at $5.50. Look, I don't know what way to go here. Both teams really suck. Chamber videos, mate. Canterbury or Canberra. I mean, take your pick, I guess.
Look, it is a toss of the coin, this match. Both teams haven't shown the best, but if I got to pick one side, I'll have to go Canberra Raiders. They can't lose to the Dogs. If they do that, their season's over. And for an anytime try scorer, I'm gonna go Josh Papali.
Oh, good one. I like it. I really like it. Chewy in the chat says he's got a Magic Round. Mate, come say hello. I'll be there. I'm not a hard person to find. Just look for a guy wearing Cowboys gear. But NRL vid 090. What do you reckon? Dogs, Raiders.
I'm not looking forward to this match. I'm not looking forward to it. I think it'll be not the great match, but I will go Canberra to win 20 points, 8 by 2 points. Honestly, would not be surprised if Dogs win. But my first try scorer, I have got Bailey Simonson. And my man of the match, I reckon it will be George Williams.
Sounds good, mate. Mate, honestly, this Bulldogs Raiders game makes me want to just go. It's going to be the worst game. Seriously. I am not looking forward to that game whatsoever. But look, you know what? I'm going to go for an upset. I'm going to go the Bulldogs 1-12. Canberra for mine. They are putrid. They make me want to put my head in a goddamn deep fryer at Suncorp Stadium. Maybe suffocate me with some popcorn. I don't know. The game's going to be so shit. I might even fall asleep in the crowd. But Dogs Raiders. I'm going the Bulldogs 1-12, and for a try scorer, I'm going to go Nick Kotrick to score 2 tries against his former team. But let's move on to the next game. Now, this game could be very unpredictable in a way. So Cronulla Sutherland Sharks up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, 5:30 on Saturday. South Sydney at $1.35 favourites. Cronulla at $3.25. I mean, both teams were disgusting last week, as we know, but Adam Reynolds is back for the Bunnies. Champa videos. What do you reckon in this one? Sharks and Rabbitohs.
Another tough game. Yeah, both teams obviously wasn't the best. They got, close to 50 points put on them. But if I had to pick a winner, I am going to go South Sydney on this one. And for my anytime try scorer, I'm going to go Alex Johnson.
I like it. Sounds good. NRL Vid 090. Cronulla versus Souths. What do you reckon, mate?
Souths to win 26 points to 12. First try scorer, I've gone with the Sharks to get the first try for Connor Tracy, and my man of the match will be Adam Reynolds to have a big game.
I like it. That sounds good, mate. It's going to be a very interesting game, that one. I'm going to go the Rabbitohs. Excuse me. I'm going to go the Bunnies 13 plus, and I reckon Cody Walker will score 2 tries on Saturday night. Now, the other game, I'm looking forward to this one, boys. Really keen for this game. Saturday night, 7:30, or 7:45 actually. The Roosters versus the Cowboys. The Roosters are favourites at $1.30. The Cowboys at $3.75. Look, as you guys know on my channel, if you haven't checked out my tipping video, if you comment your score prediction for Roosters and Cowboys, you will win this magnificent magic ball. That's all you got to do. Comment the Roosters Cowboys score prediction, and if you get it right, this beautiful football, look at it. It is beautiful. It is yours. That's all you got to do. Roosters Cowboys. Champa videos, mate. What do you reckon for this one?
Look, I feel like this is going to be a classic game that people would probably think, but sorry, Nick, I am going to go the Roosters on this one. Oh, don't go. But yeah,
I understand.
I am going to go the Roosters on this one, but I do feel like it's going to be a close match, 1-12, and my anytime try scorer, I'm going to go Murray Tuolangi.
Oh, Murray Tuolangi, the Cowboys left winger. That's a very good one. NRL Vid 090, mate. Roosters or Cowboys?
Roosters will win, I reckon, 28-18. That's all that wins in the football. And anyway, first try scorer, I will go with first try scorer, I've got Angus Crichton. And man of the match, this is a bit of an odd one, but I reckon Ben Marshke will get man of the match, actually.
You make me sick by picking the Roosters, but anyway, all good. I'm going to go the Cowboys. I'm going to back them in. They've won 4 of the last 5. It's up at Suncorp Stadium. I'm going to be there for the whole weekend. I'm going to watch the Cowboys play. I'm going to be getting behind the boys. It's going to be a vlog, a lot of passion. I'll be wearing my scarf. Where is it? I'll be wearing my goddamn scarf. I'll be wearing the bloody jersey. It's going to be magnificent. Get on the Cowboys. They're paying about $3.70 at the moment, so chuck your whole bank account on them. But I'm going the Cowboys 1-12, and I reckon for a try scorer, I'm going to go Kyle Felt. No, I'm only joking. Look, I'll go Cowboys 1-12, and anytime try scorer, I'm going to back. Let's go with Jason Taumalolo to score, and I reckon Valentine Holmes will score as well. Now, Sunday football begins at 1:50. It is the New Zealand Warriors up against the Parramatta Eels. The Eels are $1.35 favourites. The Warriors are at $3.10. Champa videos. Rugby history in the chat, you bloody clown. Nick could be wearing a North Queensland shirt he hasn't washed in weeks. You lying bastard. But Warriors and Eels. Champa videos, what do you reckon, mate? Warriors, Eels.
Another close match. I think I might go an upset on this one. I might go the Warriors to beat Parramatta.
Ooh.
Big call, but you know what? They were close against Manly last week, so I feel like they have it in them to probably get up against Parramatta. And anytime try scorer, I'm going to go Ken Mamalo.
Ooh, interesting. NRL Vid 090, what do you reckon?
Well, the funny thing is, I've actually tipped the Warriors as well for an upset. I went with the Warriors to beat the Eagles as well on Sunday. I think they will actually be ready for it. So I think Warriors will win 18 points to 14 over the Eels. And first try scorer, it will be Parramatta to get the first try in this match, though, and that will be through Wagga Blake in his return. And my man of the match will be Chanel Harris-Tavita. I think in his second game back from injury, he'll have a big match, I reckon.
Well, I'm going to disagree with both of these. I'm going Parramatta 1-12. I think it'll be a close encounter. Champa videos is just going berserk there with the camera. It's like it's like the roller coaster, bro. It's like the roller coaster at Dreamworld. The big giant drop, bang. That's all so good, mate. All good, all good. We got a troll. We got a troll in the chat. Must delete that ASAP. But yeah, Warriors Eels. Look, I'm going to go Parramatta 1-12, and anytime try score, I'm going to go for a bit of a surprise. I'm going to go with Ben Murdoch-Masila from the Warriors to score. He's been playing really well this year, Murdoch-Masila. I reckon he can score a try, and Sevo will score a double as well. Now, the other game on Sunday afternoon is at 4 o'clock. The Melbourne Storm up against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Melbourne, they are $1.10. It is like odds of winks back in the day. Up against the Dragons, who are $8. $8. I mean, if you have a spare $10, get on the Dragons. Get $10 on them just for a muck around. Storm Dragons. Chamber videos. What do you reckon on this one, mate? Storm and Dragons.
Yeah, I'm going the obvious choice here. I'm going Melbourne here. I feel like this is going to be a 13 plus. This is probably going to be one of those matches of the round where it gets really ugly. And for an anytime try scorer, I'm going to go Nico Hines.
Ooh, very, very interesting. NRL Vid 090, what do you reckon, mate? Storm and the Dragons.
So I've got the Storm to win pretty well. So Storm to win 34 points to 6, I reckon. And first try scorer, I will pick this option. I don't know. I think George Jennings will get first try. And my man of the match, I expect Jerome Hughes a big match for the Storm.
Sounds good. Look, I'm going to go Melbourne 13 plus as well, but let me just say this. If there's going to be a gigantic upset this weekend, this could be the game. Melbourne have got a few out. No Munster, no Grant, no Brendan Smith. Pappenhausen's still 50-50, so they are a little bit depleted, but it's going to be a big game. Can the Dragons upset the reigning premiers? I hope so, but I'm going to go Melbourne 13 plus. And for an anytime try scorer, I'm going to go with let's go Josh Adokar to score a hat-trick. We all know how good he is. Adokar hat-trick. And the final game, Sunday night, it is the Gold Choke Titans up against the undefeated Penrith Panthers. Penrith are $1.10. The Gold Choke Titans are at $7. Champa, what do you reckon in this one, mate?
If I were to choose Gold Coast Titans, I would probably get a hammer and slap myself across the face. I'm gonna go Penrith here. Obvious favourites, and yeah, flying high, anytime try scorer. I'm gonna go Nathan Cleary. Why not?
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. NRL vid 090. Gold Coast versus Penrith. What do you reckon, mate?
Panthers will win. Points to 14 over the Titans. First try scorer, I'm with Lee Martin. And man of the match, I will go with Isaiah Yo for man of the match.
Isaiah Yo sounds good. Isaiah Yo, he's a very good player. I'm going to go Penrith. I'm going to go 30 plus. I reckon they'll win really, really easy. Maybe 49 plus. Maybe 69 plus. Who knows? But I'm going to go Panthers at least 30 plus. And anytime try scorer, I'm going to go a Viliami kick-out double and a Brian Toto double. Panthers to win easy. But that's it for the round of footy. Guys, that might just about wrap up the podcast, I reckon. Big thank you to Champa Videos for coming on the podcast tonight, mate. I appreciate you coming on. We'll definitely get you back on eventually soon, mate. So thank you for taking the time out of your night to come on the podcast, mate.
Oh, honestly, it's been great. I'm a big fan of the podcast ever since it came out, and I'm just really honored to be a part of this podcast. So thank you guys for having me, and yeah, I hope to be on in the future.
Absolutely, bro. Make sure you go and check out the YouTube channel of Champa Videos as well. Go and smash that subscribe button. I guarantee he will be back on in the near future. And also, thank you to NRL Vid 090 for jumping on the podcast as always, mate. Thank you for coming on tonight.
No worries. I really enjoyed this, and yeah, great to have Champa on the podcast, and I'm sure we'll organise having him on in the future again.
Absolutely, and guys, as always, smash the subscribe button, like the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys at Magic Round. I'll be doing a couple more videos tonight as well, so stay tuned for that. But guys, have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Commander! Whoa!
Hoping for a big win.
See you later, lads.
Oh, what a video.
Yeah. See ya.